Hi there, welcome. It's Steve Crabb, your provocative yet friendly coach. And in this living phobia free video, I'm going to talk to you about the motivation to overcome a fear of public speaking. It's an interesting subject, and if you are searching for a solution, there's some stuff here which you're going to find invaluable that will help you to make a great decision and help you to get on and to overcome your phobia and live the rest of your life phobia free. Now, in a previous video, I've explained about the structure of a phobia, how a phobia gets created, how it works, and how it gets changed. And I'm going to recap very briefly on that. A phobia is a learnt process. It's an unconscious process that you learnt that protects you. You had to learn what to be scared of. And the unconscious protection mechanism is overprotecting you. It's as simple as that. And in order to change it, we have to retrain the mind, retrain your unconscious mind to desensitize you to the object, event, situation that you were scared of. Make sense? Now, if you want to know more about that, watch the first video. And at the end of the first video, there's a free hypnotic recording that you can listen to, which will help you to relax deeply. And at the end of this video, I'm going to share with you another recording that will enable you to just get to it, because this is all about being motivated to change. Now, there's a reason why I put this video together. It's because half the people that come to see me on a monthly basis, half of them is to deal with a fear of public speaking. Fear of public speaking is the most common phobia. In fact, Columbia University recently did some research just to check the urban myth. There was a myth out there that fear of public speaking was more common than the fear of death, and it turns out that it was true. Okay, so the white coats did the work, they did the research, and the fear of public speaking is the most common phobia, and it affects 3 out of 4 people. Now, not only does it affect 3 out of 4 people, but it affects people in multiple ways that most people they're not aware of. They don't take these things into account. But if you've been suffering with a fear of public speaking, you might be aware of some of these things. It caps your earnings potential. Their research showed that most people that have a phobia that don't get up in front of a group of people to present, to talk, whether that's at meetings, whether it's giving a speech, whether it's having a group team meeting, whether it's getting up and doing a full-blown presentation, it caps your earnings potential by at least 15%. If you think about interviews, if you've got a fear of public speaking, do you turn up and do you present and do you do your best? Do you show the people that you're going to be working with that you are the person that they should be choosing? Think of all the many ways that fear of public speaking restricts and limits your life. It affects people in other ways. It affects their self-confidence in other areas, their self-belief, their self-worth. So this video is all about motivation to get to it, to change. Because of the half of the people that come to see me, a third of those, they come because they're desperate. And they're desperate because they've left it to the last minute to change. Most of them will say, can I see you next week because I've got a speech to give in 2 weeks' time, 3 weeks' time, tomorrow even. They wait until the very last moment, and there's a reason for that. One of the strategies that people use when they have phobias is the strategy of avoidance. They put things off. They find as many ways as possible to kind of do the work around to make sure that whatever the fear is, they don't have to face it. The other strategy that people have is what I call endurance. They put themselves through it. And if you've got a fear of public speaking, you may have done this before, where you've gone, I'm just going to give the talk and see how it goes. And how does that work? For most people, that just even makes it worse. So avoidance is the strategy that people use in order to not have to face the fear, but they also use the same strategy in order to prevent resolving the problem as well. Does that make sense? Now, there are a couple of things that need to be in place in order to address any problem. First of all, you have to be aware that there's a problem. If you're not even aware that there's a problem, well, there's no problem, is there? Then you have to be willing to do something about it. And it's the willingness that we're going to talk about here. The third part is the how to change it. And that's what we do during the sessions. And that's what I'm going to do during this video series. I'm going to be sharing little snippets, tips, techniques insights, commentary, observation, things that will help you not just in terms of overcoming a fear, a phobia, but also in terms of showing up and being the best you that you can be. So let's assume you have the awareness, because I'm guessing you wouldn't have searched and been looking around for solutions. Let's now look at the willingness. What has to be there? What has to be there in order to make you take the choice, make the decision to change? Well, what has to be there is enough motivation. And let's think about what motivation is. It's not a thing. I can't say to you, hey, here's some more motivation. It's a process. It's a verb. We have to do the activity of motivating ourselves. And we motivate ourselves through the two dynamics of pain and pleasure. It was a concept that Sigmund Freud came up with, the pain-pleasure principle. Pain is, think of it as the stick that gets you going. Okay? It's painful. Pleasure, think of it as the carrot that you go for. That's the thing that will keep you going. Because if you keep doing too much of the stick, it becomes tiring. But I want you to think of it this way. The carrot dangles off the end of a stick. So we use the two dynamics. We look at the pain of staying stuck, the pain of the status quo, meaning not doing anything about it, the pain of just imagining a future where you stay as you are and nothing changes, and then the pleasure of being phobia free, the pleasure of all the opportunities it opens up for you. Okay, so we're going to do a little experiment with this. You up for this? So I want you to hold your hands out in front of you. Okay, palms face upwards. And I'm going to mirror this, so I'm going to reverse it round for you. So in your left hand, I want you to just imagine, and let's not get caught up in the imagination. A lot of people go, well, I'm not very good at visualizing. This is not about how good you are at visualizing. Just get a sense. That's all you need to do. And in your left hand, I want you to imagine, get a sense of you as you are now in terms of your phobia and your fears. Okay? So it could be minor anxiety around talking in front of a meeting, as they go around the meeting room and introduce people's names. You sitting there worrying and fretting. It could be all the hours that you put into worrying and being concerned and being anxious about the next meeting you have to give. It could be you worrying and being anxious about the next presentation that you're being forced to make. Could be you worrying about you continually avoiding. Because I want you to do this. I want you to wallow in it. Okay? A little bit of discomfort is not a problem at the very beginning. Okay? I want you to really think about it and take a moment to go through all the times maybe in the past where you've avoided situations, or maybe whether you've given talks and they bombed. Yeah, maybe you went through the whole, heart fluttering and the mouth going dry and losing your train of thought, all of those things that happen. I want you to take a little bit of time and go through them. Take a minute or so, just think about them, go through them, think about all of the things that you do not want in your life, but they've been going on. You got that? Dive into the pain of it. Be courageous enough to think about it. And I want you to go over each and every single time that maybe you kind of bombed. Or maybe each and every time that you didn't bomb because you didn't go there. You used the avoidance strategy. And then what happened? Did you have the pity party? Did you make yourself feel bad? Did you start to question your own self-belief? Really dive into the pity and into the pain. You got that? Good. Now give me your attention. Shake yourself out. And I want you to then to look at your right hand. And in this hand, I want you to imagine, as best as you can, living phobia free. I want you to imagine being able to learn how to be more calm, more grounded, learning how to be able to get up in front of a group and to talk comfortably, relax. Now you don't know how to do that yet, that's not an issue. The how to, remember it's awareness, willingness, and the how to you're going to learn. But I want you to just imagine that. See yourself more calm, more relaxed, more confident, more competent. Being able to talk in front of a group of people, whether it's one people, whether it's a group of friends. Being able to talk and stand up in a meeting to give an impromptu speech. But I want you to see that, and I want you to imagine what that will feel like, how it will feel to feel phobia free, which is difficult to say. To feel phobia free. What it will mean in terms of your own self-confidence, your self-belief, your self-esteem. What will it mean in terms of opening up the opportunities to you? Maybe career advancement, job interviews, being able to turn up and give your best job interview. And I want you to look at that and see it. See it clearly. Maybe focus on it, because you might be focusing on it for the first time this way, because most people don't focus on what they want, they focus on what they don't want. So I want you to now focus on what you do want, how you want it to be, because I want you to get the want to a need. You need this, and you don't need this. Look at the two, look at the pain, look at the pleasure, look at the way it's been, look at the way you want it to be. Look at the two and make a choice. Make a choice, make a decision. That's the first step. Making a choice, making a decision, getting to the point of enough is enough is enough. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I don't want this. I don't need this. Just because you learned how to do this does not mean this is the way it has to be in the future. This is just part of your unconscious mind, the part of your system protecting you, overprotecting you. And we're going to teach it to stop it, to turn it down. We're going to teach it that enough is enough is enough. Put that away and focus on what's right. Focus on how you want it to be, how you need it to be, to the point you get it to a must. I must do this. And then take a deep breath in, just close your eyes and pull that inside of you. Pull it towards your chest. Now what you've just done, and just open your eyes, what you've just done is you've given your unconscious mind some clear instructions. You're basically saying, I do not want this, but I get why you're doing it. You've been protecting me, you've been overprotecting me, and I do not need this anymore. Thank you, but I don't need this anymore. And this is what I want. We're saying to the mind, not this, but this. Not this, but this. But this. This is what I want. You got that? So in a minute, I'm going to just pop up the details so you can download that hypnotic recording. It's something I made for myself about 8-9 years ago when I was starting up a couple of new business ventures, and there were lots of things to do, and I wanted to make sure I was motivated to just do it, just to get on. And if you listen to that on a regular basis, it will help you to be motivated, to be proactive in all sorts of situations. When it comes to living phobia free, you've got a couple of choices. You can stay as you are, do what you've been doing, or you can make the choice and the decision to change. The how to change, you won't yet know, but that's what we do. And I'm going to be sharing more tips in other videos in this series. So listen, thank you for watching, thank you for listening. If you need to, do that again, do it over and over again till you get to the point of going, enough is enough, time to take action. Listen to the recording, hope you enjoy it, and I hope we get to meet and talk soon. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.